There is a reason you can watch 3 hours of videos, but can't make yourself work for 3 minutes. And it has nothing to do with being lazy. Somewhere in your brain, right now, there's a hidden switch deciding what you avoid and what you actually do. Most people go their entire lives never knowing it exists. Today, I'm going to show you exactly where that switch is. Because once you see it, every "I'll do it tomorrow" you've ever said will suddenly make sense. And once you understand it, procrastination stops feeling like a personal failure. If procrastination was really about being lazy, wouldn't lazy people procrastinate on everything? But that's not what happens. You'll spend 2 hours cleaning your entire kitchen to avoid writing one email. That's not laziness, that's avoidance. And avoidance isn't the same thing as laziness at all. Here's what's actually going on. Your brain has two systems constantly negotiating with each other. One part, the prefrontal cortex, thinks about the future. It knows the deadline matters. It plans ahead. But another part, the limbic system, only cares about right now. How you feel in this exact moment. When a task feels boring or overwhelming, your limbic system looks for relief. That's why you check your phone instead. Your brain is choosing comfort over consequence. And here's the part that changes everything. Procrastination isn't a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. Think about the last thing you procrastinated on. Was it really about time? Or was there a feeling attached to it? Fear of doing it wrong. The fear that it'll be harder than you thought. Your brain isn't avoiding the task. It's avoiding the feeling the task creates. That's why planners alone don't fix this for most people. You can have the most organized schedule in the world and still avoid the one thing that makes you uncomfortable. And here's where it gets worse before it gets better. The moment you avoid the task, you feel a small wave of relief. But right behind it comes guilt. You know you should be doing it. So now you're not just avoiding the task, you're avoiding the guilt of avoiding the task too. This is what psychologists call the procrastination guilt cycle. It's why procrastination rarely feels good, even in the moment. You're not actually relaxing when you scroll instead of working. Part of your brain is standing in the background, quietly keeping score. That background noise is exhausting. It's often the reason people feel tired at the end of a day where they didn't even do that much. Avoidance isn't restful. It's a different kind of work. The work of not thinking about the thing you're supposed to be thinking about. So how do you actually fix it? Psychologists call this the action gap. The moment right before you start something is almost always harder than actually doing it. You dread writing the report more than writing it. You dread the gym more than the workout itself once you're there. Your brain overestimates discomfort before it happens. It's protecting you from something that isn't nearly as bad as it feels in your head. So here's the shift. Instead of asking, "How do I finish this whole task?" ask a smaller question. What's the tiniest step I could take right now? Not the whole essay, just open the document. Not the whole workout, just put your shoes on. Once you're moving, momentum takes over. Starting is the hard part. Continuing is easier than your brain wants you to believe. Quick pause. If this is putting words to something you felt your whole life but never understood, that's exactly why this channel exists. Hit subscribe now, because we break down exactly this kind of thing every week. Okay, let's keep going. There's a second reason procrastination happens, and it might hit closest to home. Fear of failure. If you never finish the task, you can never fail at it. As long as it stays unfinished, in your mind, it stays perfect. The moment you try, it becomes real. So part of you delays it, not to avoid effort, but to avoid the moment your effort gets tested. But here's the truth almost nobody says out loud. An imperfect finished task will always beat a perfect task that never gets started. Nobody remembers the version that stayed in your head. They only see what you actually finish. Here's something worth sitting with. Every app on your phone is competing for the exact same moment your prefrontal cortex is trying to push you towards something uncomfortable. The easiest possible relief is never more than one tap away. So, if you feel like your self-control is worse than your parents' generation, it's not in your head. You're not fighting a personal weakness. You're fighting an environment specifically engineered to offer you an escape hatch every single time you feel resistance. That's not an excuse to give up. It's a reason to stop blaming yourself for something that was never a fair fight to begin with. 2 tools that actually work. So, beyond just take the smallest step, here are 2 more tools worth knowing. The first is called temptation bundling. Pair a task you avoid with something you enjoy. Only allow yourself your favorite playlist or your favorite drink while doing the task. Your brain starts associating the task with something pleasant instead of something to escape. The second is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately, no negotiating. And if a bigger task feels overwhelming, commit to just 2 minutes of it. Almost every time, 2 minutes turns into 10. Because the hardest part was never finishing, it was starting. So let's bring this together. Procrastination isn't about being weak-willed. It's your brain protecting you from discomfort and the risk of failing. Once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start working with your brain instead of fighting it. Next time you feel that pull to avoid something, don't ask why you're lazy. Ask what feeling you're actually avoiding. Then take the smallest step toward it anyway. That one small step is where discipline actually begins. Not in some perfect version of motivation you're waiting to feel, just in the next 5 minutes. If this helped you understand why you do what you do, that's exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe and let me know in the comments, what's one thing you've been putting off that you're finally going to start today? I'll see you in the next one.